Zypho.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Exclamation mark, get on with it. Exclamation mark, get on with it.
I believe we are live.
Get on with it.
I believe we are live. So, what I would like to say is, greetings, Tuber Views. How are you all doing? Good to see you. Echo, 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 is it? Right, here we go. So, something is obviously echoing. So, just give me a second. What I may do is that one... No echo now. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, that's because I had YouTube open, so it would have doubled up just to make sure the stream was going through. But hello, everybody. So good to see you. Before I start, I have to do this. There we go. That's out of the way. And hello, let's have a look who's in the chat. We have, first in was the absolutely gorgeous friend of mine, Charlie Doherty. I want everybody to send hearts and love to Charlie in the chat, please. She's a lovely young lady who lives near me and works with my wife, so please give her some love. We also have, let's have a look, we have the Big Juffer. How's it going, buddy? We've got some guy called Sexy. I don't know who he is, but we'll find out. And we got Johnny B. Good to see you, Johnny. And last week's guest, Pete Walker. Pete Walker will understand maybe the nerves going on at the moment. And, oh, yes, get on with it, says Zypho. How's it going? Well, since how Zypho's in the chat, I mean, it would be rude, really, really rude for me not to have a look, see what he's doing. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, so there we have him. We have the Velociraptor. Good to see you, buddy. And we have the gorgeous Kate White. Oh, tissues at the ready, guys. And Ego Chip. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you indeed. 8-Bit Rach. How you doing, gorgeous? There may be some games in here for you, honey. I'm telling you. Steve Retro and Lim. Yeah, good to see you, matey. I'm just going through. Yeah, there we go. I will get. He keeps saying this, you know, Zypho. He keeps saying he'll get revenge, but you know what? It's all that. Anyway, and the most beautiful retro lady on the planet, Andrea Wyatt. Mwah. Big kisses to Andrea from me. She's an awesome friend. She really is. And love to Chris as well. And Amstradler, good to see you, buddy. Yeah. Oh, it's on, says Zypho. He's a soft first. Well, he is, yes. Now, as you know, I try and have a guest on it each week, a member of the community. Somebody who has a lot of input in the chat and maybe doesn't get the screen time and is nervous, but I'm going to introduce you to our guest, and our guest tonight is Texy88. Hello, Texy. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, I think it's going good, thanks.
Yeah, there he is. There's our friend. We got a few people in the chat already saying hello. You are on camera now, matey, just to give you the heads up. And there is a delay because you've got it on YouTube. There is a delay, but everyone's saying, "Don't be nervous. It's all fine. We're all friends here. We all look after each other." Oi, oi, Texy from Johnny Boy. So a few of the guys there saying hello. I'm sort of saying, "Have a good night." Yeah, from Amstradler. So look at this support already. Oh, what you drinking, buddy? What you drinking?
Hydrogen oxide.
Hydrogen oxide. I'm on Vimto. We also have Kev Hall in there saying hello. This is lovely. So I asked Taxi a few days ago to join in, and now Taxi was nervous because he wasn't really an Amstrad bloke. He was a Spectrum guy, and I said, "It's okay, don't panic. We're all friends on here. We're all friends on here. We understand that that people have different machines, and we all experience the different machines." Hi, DVD. How's it going? Uh, so yeah, so it's going to be a little bit slightly different today. I'm going to concentrate on Taxi, and I've got a few questions for him, and also if you have questions for Taxi, please do let me know. Put them in the chat. And oh, lovely comment there off Andrea. Taxi, it's lovely to put a face and voice to the name. Great to see you. Well, what I've done, Pete, is I've switched off. I'm just literally running the camera at the moment. I haven't even put on. Exactly, Johnny. I haven't put on me emulator at the moment, and I've been trying to go through services that's going on. Feel free to chat, type away in the chat, Taxi, as well, if you wish.
I already have been.
Yeah, no problem. That's good. So here we go. So, hello, sir. How are you? Oh, busy in the chat. Yeah. Now wrong with the specky.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, I was concentrating on.
No, that's all right, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
think I'm
right.
okay, thank you.
So I always ask this question: what was your first machine, first retro memories of gaming?
Probably the first machine of note was the ZX Spectrum Plus, not Plus 2 or Plus 3, but there was actually a Plus which came between the original rubber-keyed Spectrum and the 128K. The Spectrum Plus looks a bit like the 128K version, but doesn't have the 128K in the corner, and was essentially a more advanced-looking version of the 48K. Inside it was essentially the same.
Yeah. And what year was that roughly? Can you remember what year that you had it, or how old you were?
Probably about the mid 80s, so about 84, 85, something like that.
Yeah. So that would have made you what? Were you young then? Very young?
Yeah, fairly young.
Yeah, fairly young. Yeah. So you got your first machine was a Spectrum, and you got it. What? Can you remember what the very first game is you put on it?
It was one of the ones that came with it, Checkered Flag.
Checkered Flag. And what did you feel about Checkered Flag?
Well, there were no other opponents, but it ran very smoothly. And if you were to look at it now, you'd still be amazed at how smoothly it ran for a game of its vintage.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, it was very.
And even had details like the wheels actually looking like they were spinning on the wheels of the. You could actually see the front of the car in front of you.
Yeah, that was excellent. I remember Checkered Flag vividly, and so you had a few games at the time. And hello, the wife is now popping her head in. There's some in the drawer in the kitchen. Sorry about that, everybody. The wife interfering.
Horace Goes Skiing was another one that came with the machine.
Okay, and we all know Horace. He who shall not be named, in case you get a lawsuit against you just for using the name Horace. Some people, if they follow Octi, will know what I'm on about there. But yeah, so you had Horace. Horace Goes Skiing, and yeah, copyright strike. Yeah. How did you feel about that one?
Yeah, that was actually quite challenging, even though it was so simple in premise. I mean, it's having to get across the road to buy a pair of skis and then get back across it, and the motorcyclists and the ambulances on the road in particular could go exceptionally fast. It really was pot luck if you managed to get across. And it is also one of those where once you pressed a direction, you would continue to go in that direction until you countered it with another one. You wouldn't stop the moment you stopped pressing that direction.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly interesting, if it's simple but difficult, which is what I love about 8-bit games. Um, so what else did you get in the pack? Can you remember?
Not not really. The other things, one or two other things in it were more like utilities. I mean, there was a word processor which I believe was Tazword 2.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Yeah, impeccable gameplay.
Yeah.
Best collision detection ever in a game.
Well, yeah, yeah. No color clash.
Yeah. What color clash was something you just learned to live with. It was only really a problem if it was so bad that it looked really unsightly or you couldn't see what was going on. Apart from that, it was just one of those things we just accepted was part and parcel of the machine's limitations.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that comes to me with the Spectrum was I think if it what I remember Zypho did a room. I don't know if you saw it, like he did a room 101 and somebody wanted to put a Spectrum in it, and I don't think he did.
Oh yes, I saw that.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I think if it wasn't for the Spectrum, I don't think the bedroom coding scene would have been the same.
Mm.
I think it was a really important machine, and I think it made it accessible to the younger generations. Whereas at the time, or if you think all your machines at the time were BBCs, 82, VIC 20, um, they were all very high priced machines and out of the reach of many. But the Spectrum, well, ZX81, then the Spectrum comes along and puts it right at the hands of the young guys, and who just picked it up and flew with it.
Yeah, although I was too young to understand it at the time, I believe there was actually a recession around the time the Spectrum first came out, so people were watching the pennies and quite often couldn't afford the more expensive computers.
Yeah, yeah. Let's have a look. It was Craig's Barbie and Naughty with Room 101. Yeah. Yeah, we remember. Big Juffer says, "Yeah, we remember that recession. We do, we do." So you've got the 48K plus machine. I think Mikey Smith has one of those, if I remember. I'm sure I've seen him pull it off the shelf. He won't. He's working until 9:15, so he won't be in the chat. But yeah, Mikey's got one of those, and there is still plenty of them on eBay. Have you still got your original machine, or do you fancy getting another?
No, we gave that away a long time ago.
Yeah, did you have you ever?
Once we transitioned to the Amiga 500 in the early 1990s, I believe that was.
So
by that point, more people's attentions were going to the 16-bit computers, especially after Shadow of the Beast came out in 1989.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if people not have noticed this, but one thing, Andrea was chatting to Andrea, and she kind of helped me talk you into coming on, and it was Sexy has a really large memory of facts. He's really good at pulling out details that I forget. I'm old. I forget everything, me. So it's really good to talk to somebody who can remember facts. And yeah, it was a fantastic machine, the Spectrum. Did you get to experience any of the other 8-bits? Maybe with school friends or something like that?
A friend had the Atari 2600 and had the infamous ET game. Oh God, that was terrible.
How many hours did you spend on that?
It was literally buried. It was so poor.
Yeah. Oh,
I lost count the number of times he just fell down holes indiscriminately.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It wasn't the best of.
I know the Atari 2600 had its limitations, but the programmer should have been given more than just 5 weeks.
Oh, now 8-Bit Rage has just said Yellow Belly is also a Megamind at Wheel of Fortune on the Amiga.
Big Jeff has asked, who do you think would win in a fight, Jet Li or Jackie Chan?
Who would you think?
Probably Jet Li, as he was younger and probably more agile.
But what if they were both in the at the same age?
Well, Jet Li's 10 years younger than Jackie, so.
Well, let's just say that Jet Li travels back in time and faces off with a younger Jackie Chan.
No, I still probably think that Jet Li would have the edge. Not to take anything away from Jackie, because he's come up with some incredible things in his career.
Yeah.
And the way he blends humour and uses everything around him when trying to get out of trouble is just mind-blowing.
Yeah, definitely. Hi, OSG. I thought you were on holiday, mate. OSG in the chat. So, yeah, your friends had. Did you have computers at school?
Yeah, a lot of them had a Spectrum as well. So.
Oh yeah, so you got to. Did you do the old piracy thing, copying tapes?
I don't know if I should answer that, but as soon as I found out well, my brother did, but as soon as I found out what it was doing to the industry, I never pirated. I never had anything to do with piracy after that. Especially as when we got to the 16-bit and floppy disks, any of those could contain viruses. So. And there were some games where I actually genuinely wanted the people who were responsible to actually get them the money that was paid to them. I mean, I came across some gems. I mean, Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis on the Amiga, it remains one of my favourite graphic point-and-click adventures.
Yeah.
I mean, it came on 11 discs, admittedly, but it was just an incredible game, and I still have fond memories of it now.
Yeah. So, just going back to the Spectrum for a bit, is there any real particular games that really stood out?
Yes, there are some which I even tried on my Pi console when I got it. One of my favourites was The Great Escape from 1986, loosely based on the 1963 film of the same name. But despite the simplicity, it's actually genuinely tense. Especially when you're trying to pick a lock and you're worried that a German guard would come and nab you.
Yeah, no, I'd say I remember The Great Escape. Yeah, I remember The Great Escape. Isometric, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Unfortunately, both the Commodore 64 and Amstrad versions seem to be Spectrum ports, so both of them got the slightly bum end of the deal there.
Yeah. Us Amstrad owners got used to it in the end. So, any other games that really?
Commando. That was an absolute dream to play. It was so smooth, and they managed to get a good means of putting colour in without too much clash.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a little bit of clash when you walked over grenade boxes, but there were some cliffs which were white and had green tops, and the screen managed to scroll smoothly downwards, and there wasn't too much colour bleed. In fact, I don't recall any colour bleed on those.
And R-Type,
that was a superb conversion.
Yeah.
Tons of colour, hardly any clash, and it ran like a dream, even though it was balls hard to play.
Somebody got locked in with me for some reason. So, get off. Use all this. Say hello to the people. She's saying, get off and let me go back to someone. So, you'll see it on camera in a minute. The dog.
Renegade and Target Renegade are two other favourites of mine from that system.
Yeah. 2 co-hosts, yes. I'll just get rid of this one. There you go. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah.
Thing with specky colour clashes, after 30 seconds you stop noticing it. Velociraptor, you obviously haven't played the Spectrum version of Kung Fu Master. Andrea, do you play any modern consoles? Yes, I do actually have an Xbox 360 and an Xbox One. That's...
Comments about
Zypho's asking which version of Chase HQ is best, CPC or Spectrum. I think I have to edge towards the Spectrum. I personally found the time limit on the Amstrad version way too tight. If you made so much as one mistake, you pretty much blew your chances. And I found the Spectrum version slightly more forgiving, and the Spectrum version, especially on the 128K version. I didn't have the 128K, but a friend did, and that version actually has sampled speech in it. But yeah, Ocean made an absolute gem of a release with Chase HQ on the Spectrum.
Yeah. So yeah, there was obviously the Spectrum was a big part. And you mentioned the Amiga. Did you go straight from the Spectrum to the Amiga, or was there anything in between? Or
my parents had an Amstrad PC 1512, but they found that a bit limited. And then when they mentioned that they were interested in getting an Amiga 500 for us, that piqued my interest because I'd heard so much about the Amiga from friends. And as soon as I dabbled in Deluxe Paint and saw its graphical capabilities in things like Shadow of the Beast and Defender of the Crown, I knew that the Amiga was an absolutely fantastic machine.
Yeah. So you went on to the Amiga, and was it the for some reason I was thinking of the Atari. It was the Amiga 500 you got.
Yeah. Although I did get an Amiga 1200 eventually.
Oh, so you did? Oh, excellent. Yeah, OSG is there. Said, yeah, it does rock the Amiga. Yeah. So the Amiga years. So the Amiga, what year did that come out?
Well, the first Amiga was in 1985, but which was the Amiga 1000. That wasn't the one we went for. That was quite expensive at the time, from what I recall reading. The Amiga 500 was more of an entry level thing, which wasn't quite so cash intensive to buy. So that was the one we got, and we did eventually upgrade the 512K to 1 meg. Because towards the end of the 1980s, memory was starting to become a bit more affordable.
Yeah, the first time I ever saw an Amiga was in an old computer shop in Manchester, and I think they were playing International Karate on it.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, that's gorgeous, that. And they had an Atari ST next to it as well, playing the same game, but obviously I was drawn more. No worries, Brian. And I was more drawn to the Amiga, obviously, because the full screen rather than the very tight borders of the Atari ST. Not that the Atari ST was a bad machine.
I actually had International Karate Plus as one of my favourite Amiga games.
So that's one of your all-time favourite Amigas. Well, let's go on to Amiga then, and the games. Let's have a look. See what games really stood out to you.
Alien Breed Special Edition '92, which was essentially a budget to a redo of the original full price game to ramp up the difficulty after people complained the original was too easy. Project X Special Edition, that was actually the opposite way, because the original Project X was deemed to be far too hard. And Apidia and Turrican 2, both of which have some excellent music by the German composer Chris Hülsbeck.
Yeah.
Apidia contains my favourite in-game music of his, and especially the music that plays over the end credits.
All right. Yeah. I mean, obviously, with the Amiga, music was really important. The music capabilities of it, the sampling abilities, etc. OSG saying, the first time I saw one was in my mate's loft, and I knocked his disc storage box off the top of the stairs with 100 discs in it. What it might be, Charlie, Charlie's asking about sound cutting out. What it might be is sometimes when we talk at the same time, it'll drop one or the other. So it might be that. What was that? Here's a question. Which Amstrad game do you see on the streams and regret how badly the Specky version is in comparison? In other words, what Specky Games makes what CPC Games? Yeah, you can read that. Yeah.
Well, one I can definitely name without thinking about it: Kung Fu Master. The Amstrad version ran at a respectable rate, and whereas the Spectrum version was slow and had very bad color choices. By having the enemies in different colors, it meant that when they got close to one another, it had some of the worst color clash. And the Spectrum version was far too easy. I could actually cakewalk that second level, whereas I could never get past it on any other version I played because the thing dropped down from the ceiling so fast.
Yeah.
Novabug, is this a face of Texie88? I think so. Yes, it is.
Hello there, and a big salute to Field Marshal Novabug in the house. It's really good to see you, sir, and I can just quickly go live to Novabug now and see what he's up to. Oh dear, he looks a little bit busy there. He's playing with his joystick there. I think we should just leave him to that.
That must be one of the sports games he was playing with all that waggling.
Well, yeah, it was obviously something maybe Daley Thompson's decathlon or track and field, maybe. That kind of thing, yeah. But, hello, Atari Stafford. No worries, buddy. No worries at all. Yeah, excited by Texie. Yes, I do need to apologise. I got called into work late yesterday due to staffing emergencies, let's just say. And so they called me into a different place, a different home. So that was it. I was on the. Unfortunately, I was. Who did I fire this time?
Hi, Anna. Sorry, I don't think I said hello to Anna.
Oh yeah. The lovely Anna. So yeah, what was that?
I try to keep half an eye on the chat.
Well, that helps me a lot. It really helps me a lot.
Yeah,
it really helps me a lot.
Which Spectrum game would you love to see a modern remake of? It may have already been done, but I think the Great Escape could be good. So, I think there was actually something akin to a Great Escape remake, which was a bit more like the film. I've never played, but I think I recall seeing one on YouTube elsewhere.
Yeah. There's been a few similar types. It's but we've got you went from the Spectrum now to the Amiga, and then you got the Amiga 1200. Yeah, and then what happened after that?
I also bought a Super Nintendo Entertainment System not long around the same time.
Not the Mega Drive.
No, I do confess I was into Street Fighter 2 at the time, and at the time I bought it, the Mega Drive still had yet to have any version of it, as far as I knew.
Yeah, go on.
And so I managed to get the SNES set that actually contained Street Fighter 2 and one controller. And at the time that was the best port of that popular beat 'em up.
Yeah. Oh, I can't argue with that. Yeah, I know Chris was. What was that? Andrea was a Mega Drive girl. Yes, I was a Mega Drive girl too. Novabug was a SNES man also. Excellent. So you got that. How did you feel about the? Because obviously the consoles took over really computers. How did you have any feelings about that at the time?
Well, I had a hunch that something like that was happening because a lot of developers seemed to be going over to the consoles because it was arguably harder to pirate games. So, part of me isn't surprised that they found the console market more attractive and less of a financial risk.
So,
I mean, admittedly, the Super Nintendo did get its fair share of crap games. On Pit Fighter by THQ, oh dear, that was a mess.
I think Pit Fighter on any machine was a mess.
Yeah, but the SNES version was arguably one of the worst. It was so unplayable and sluggish, and controls were so stiff.
Yeah. Novabug says he has them both. Oh, yeah. The SNES got Wizard of Oz and Shaq Fu. Oh dear, yeah. And then did you go into you went into the PlayStation era?
No, my next console wasn't until the Xbox 360, which I got in 2006.
And so did you fall out of gaming, or did you just stick with what you had?
No, I just stuck with what I already had.
Yeah. So you stuck with what you had, and then you went on to the Xbox. And any particular?
Straight to the 360. I didn't go to the original Xbox.
Right. Yeah, the Xbox 360. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And anything there that stood out to you?
Well, the first Gears of War was what drew me to the machine after I played it around my friend's house.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually had some really interesting characters in it, and some great voice acting. And John DiMaggio does a great voice for Marcus Phoenix, and he's arguably one of my favourite ever video game characters.
Excellent. So, and just to finish,
and both SNES never had Altered Beast. That one didn't age so well. Once you got past the idea of transforming into those other creatures, it was just you just saw it as the empty, rather limited beat 'em up that it really was.
Rightio. What I would like to do now is just introduce people to your YouTube channel, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, if you didn't know, Texy does have a YouTube channel. I've just brought it up on screen, and he has some subscribers. I am one of them. And I did put the link in right at the beginning of the chat. So if you could possibly, if somebody's already there, stick a link in my chat and give him a sub, because sometimes when we talk about retro, it's not just about gaming and things like that. Now, Texy's channel has all. Well, I'll let you explain your channel and what it is for you. Thank you, Pete.
Well, that's going to be interesting because it's not centered on any one genre. I mean, I've got the odd bit of gaming footage, but there's also some filming locations from films and the like, and some reviews and overviews of some Blu-rays and films that I've purchased in recent years.
Now, if you didn't know, Texy is a mine of information on the. Now how can I put this into the older type and newer type? I always call them the Golden Harvest films, etc. I don't know. Is there a genre name for it?
Well, they're quite often just collectively known as classic Hong Kong cinema. And sometimes it was martial arts, sometimes it was period kung fu movies, sometimes you got what became known as the heroic bloodshed, which John Woo managed to make famous in with A Better Tomorrow, The Killer, and Hard Boiled, all of which starred Chow Yun-fat.
Yeah,
Chow Yun-fat, who would later go on to be in the likes of Anna and the King of Jodie Foster, and also appeared in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So please do give Texie a sub if you haven't. The links are in there, so we can just get his sub count up a bit. And he actually 2 hours ago uploaded. I started to watch it, but then I had to stop. And we were talking about it off screen. We were talking about the UK Blu-ray of Dragon Lord that is just uploaded, and it's an overview. So it's the oh dear, just bear with me. Just get rid of that. There we go. Text is back on screen again. So subbed. There we go. So you've got a sub already. So here we go. Yeah, please sub, guys. Really appreciate it. Yeah, the eternal tunnel of bellies. Yes, Anna. Yes, indeed. So I did have a chat with Texie about it. Obviously, Amstrad wasn't his thing, but we did do some gaming, and I suppose I better get on with some gaming. So what's going to happen is I'm going to end the call now with Texie and ring him back on audio only, so that I don't lose the stream, because my poor little laptop can't take it. You're up to 54 subs, bud. There you go.
Oh, nice, thanks.
Yeah, there we go. So you're not. Unfortunately, that means you. Yeah, that means you have to start. You have to start putting content out now.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So, I'm going to end this call, and then I will put you on audio only, if that's all right, sir.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, and then I can. Oh, there we go. Bring that up. And then, just give everybody a wave, and I'll put you on audio. There we go. So I can hear you again, so you should be back on audio now.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's my old superb. So I can close that. You have to bear with me, guys, because I close that. And I can open up now my good old WinApe. Now, the stream may just go a little bit jittery as it gets settled. So, where's WinApe? Gosh. Oh, no, why has it done that? So I just need to resize that. That'll teach me. So, just bear with me, folks. Let's get that. Oh, there we go. I think that looks about right to me. Yeah. Let's see that. So, excellent. I'll just grab my old joystick. And we can start. Now, the first game that I came across was called Q10 Tank Busters. Yes, he is OSG. He is on at 9:30. So, Q10 Tank Busters. Now, oh, right. So already we've got, I like this, of Novabug. And
yeah, I like it too, Novabug.
Yeah. So you've had a play of this one yourself. What did you feel of it?
I was really quite impressed with it, and although there's no in-game music, save for a bit of that little snatch between levels, it ran at a respectable pace. The scrolling wasn't too jerky, and it was quite intense at times.
Yeah. Sorry,
I actually recognise 2 of the snatches of music.
Yeah. Another book has this on tape. Excellent. Which emulator is this? It's WinApe. I always use WinApe. It's my preferred. And it's and even Zypho says it's not bad for a budgie. So this was a budget game as well.
Oh, yeah, Zeppelin games.
Yeah, excellent.
1991.
So let's have a look, see at it, and oh, another tune. Here we go.
The Streets of London, Ralph McTell.
Yeah. So, oh my God, I died already.
Quite what that's got to do with this game, anyone's guess, but hey ho.
So we got a side-scrolling shooter. The play area is quite small, which is a bit of a letdown. I suppose maybe they had to do this for scrolling reasons. Who knows? Oh, there I got zapped. So you're a fighter. Oh, come on. Oh, look at that. Game over already. Not doing too well. Yeah, let's have another crack at it. Brian Hoover, I'm running an Amstrad emulator via Emulation Nation on RetroPie. Emulation Station, yeah. Yeah, it's not the best on, I have to agree with you on that. There is, I'm not sure if there's a way to do it, but another good emulator is, oh God, I forgot the name of it now. Zypho will tell you. The one that you use for Dandinator and all that. And there is a Linux version of it. So what you could do if you're running Linux on your power up there. If you're running Linux on a Raspberry Pi, you might be able to. That's it, Retro Virtual Machine. You may be able to somehow get it on. But yes, there's a Linux version of Retro Virtual Machine, which is pretty good. So yeah, it's not a bad game. This actually, it's quite simple. Graphics. Let me think. What do I think of the graphics? Because the play area is small, it's very hard to dodge the old bullets off the enemies. I prefer slower scrolling and a larger screen myself. But no, it's okay. It's a nice little shooter. And for the budgie, come on. A budget game. You can't complain on this one bit. Can't complain at all. If you paid $1.99 for this, I think you would have been happy. So, Q10 Tank Busters, yes, very interesting. Very interesting. And I keep wanting to have another go, which is always a good thing. So it's got that a little bit of playability as well. Once you get oh God, I'm dying miserably here. There's no rapid fire feature. I wish I was a better player, to be honest. Should have found a cheated version really to show you. So yeah, the bombs seem to, every time you press down on fire, I think that activates the bombs.
Yeah, that's how I understood it as well.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on the chat for me, buddy, while I'm.
Yeah. like the way planes go into the ground. Can you do that? No, of course not.
The bomb looks like giant shuttlecocks. Nice graphics off Retro and Lim. Now then. Oh, we have to score it. We have to give it a score. Right. OSG is giving it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 out of the Retro and Lim. Johnny B, 7 out of 10. And solid 7 off Novabug. Yeah. I totally agree. I'm actually going to give it 7.5 because it's a budget. I'm giving it that extra half just because it's a budget game. I think you would be more than happy if you got a 8 out of 10 because I'm in a good mood off our Anna. So that gives it, if it's 8 out of 10, yeah, that's just 2 arse candles. 6.5 off FC Den Haag. Velociraptor's giving it a 7. There we go. I think everybody's pretty much it has an attract mode. Yeah. Well, there you go. It's got a little demo mode as well. So 7 out of 10. What would you give this?
I'd happily give it an 8, especially as it was a budget title. I mean, for something that cost £2 to £3, it kept me wanting to come back for more, and I did eventually get to the end of level boss of both the first and second levels, and the music that played between those levels was actually Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Oh, wow. Excellent. Right, so I'm just tying my hair up because I'm getting all sweaty on the back of my neck.
Yeah.
So, what's a super little game?
You can actually put an option plane above and below your own plane to make it to triple your firepower effectively.
Yeah. I picked up one of them, the one above.
You pick up a second one, you get it below as well.
Yeah, it's a fascinating game. I'm gonna definitely give it a 7.5, a solid 7.5. There's a few people giving it 8, yourself included, which puts it into, especially being a budget game, is it a hidden gem? We have to ask ourselves, is it hidden and is it a gem? So let's see what the chat says. I'm going to leave this choice up to the chat. If you think this is a hidden gem of an Amstrad game, just say gem or not gem. Andrew says yes. Hidden plane, hidden gem. Yeah, gem. Yeah, wow. Well then, gem, I reckon. Gem, off the Tyree staff room. Yeah, I would say gem. Yeah, right. I am more than happy to award this game hidden gem status. I should have a graphic really of a gem, shouldn't I? I'll have to try and sort that for the next stream. Cracking little game. It's considering it's a budgie. It's got a demo mode. It's got nice graphics. Even though it's a smaller play area than what we're used to, and apparently Andrew's giving Anna Apocalypse Anna 0 and 11 out of 10. So, and the chat has decided this is a hidden gem. So there we go. As with all the hidden gems and games in general, especially these, there's hardly any tonight. I'll be dead honest with you. I will upload these as usual to my Discord. Velociraptor will be happy to hear that. So yeah, it's a nice. Yeah. -5. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is reminiscent of Silverm. Yeah, and considering it's a budget, it scrolls along pretty good for a budget. Yeah. It's not where it goes, it's where it comes out of. Retro Online. Definitely a hidden gem. Well, that's a lovely start to the gaming, isn't it? Our first hidden game is a first hidden gem. Now, this game is not hidden. It's certainly not a gem. So what I am, yeah, P47, yeah. I'm going to put it on. This is just for one person only, and that's Anna Zero, because I know it's one of her favourite games. Sometimes the auto run doesn't work. Yes, it's Anna's favourite game, Kabbalah. And Ansoft gave it a go, apparently. Just let me know if the sound's a little bit too high, guys. Okay, so Enzo wants to start. Moderate, difficult, impossible. Moderate. Now, did you say you couldn't get this one going?
No, I couldn't get it to work.
Yeah. So it's Kabbalah. No idea to this day what was going on. Yeah, that really is that game. This game summed up. So basically, you're this character. There you are, cloaked, and it's basically a wander around. It's not Amsoft's best. Now, you can go into buildings, as you can see I've just done there, and then you can't see what the hell is going on, which is not the best of ideas. There we go. And there's a lot of things there to kill you. You do supposedly collect things. You have an energy bar, so if skeletons or baddies like this one here touch you, yeah, it drains your energy. But if I can get up there quickly, that sword, if you can see, it actually brings your energy back up. Oh, it's, as people have been saying, it's the type of game that I have no idea what exactly you're supposed to be doing. This is, for some reason, one of Anna's. I think she had memories of this game on one of Al's streams and asked him to play it, and we all went, what? Like we usually do with Anna's suggestions. She seems to have that, maybe the retro glasses on, where she thought the game was better than it actually was. Yeah. But all in all, you can't really see what the hell is going on, which is a bit of a pain, really, because I really don't know what I'm doing, especially when I come over here. The jumping noise is really annoying, and you can't climb trees, which is a real shame. So far, all I've been doing is wandering about. There's a message off Mike. Yeah, he's saying that they might be a bit late tonight, but definitely streaming sometime after 9:30ish. So I encourage everybody to join on Mikey Swift. The link to his channel is on my video description down below. It's always there now. So once I finish this, we shall. Does this remind you of any games you came across in maybe on the Spectrum or something?
This doesn't remind me of anything I've.
Yeah.
Probably the closest I can think of to this is Cauldron, but that's not really that similar. I mean, you couldn't go into and out of the screen in Cauldron the way you can in.
Yeah. Well, I don't seem to be actually getting anywhere in this game. All I seem to do is be walking left. I'm supposed to be collecting things. It says objects and spheres and etc. But I've got to be honest, it's I wouldn't know what one looks like if it's bit me on the ass. So yes. Not enjoying this. Now then, oh, there's a thing of Velo. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. Wow. And that's because it looks good. I like the tune, but there must be some reason to it somewhere. So assuming it's got a point, then 6 out of 10. Yeah. I think the biggest problem is that from what I've been reading on CPC Game Reviews, again, my go-to website for these games, and I don't think there is a point to it. I think that's been the thing. It's certainly on the old poo scale of games, as far as I'm concerned. That's me being nice, saying poo sort of shit. But yeah, so what else have we got? 5 or 7 maybe when you can learn what to do. I think that it's not a good game to stream. No. 3 out of 10 off DVD and Phone Bloke. If he's being generous. I agree that a part of this game that made me think of sorcery, like the Wizards, seemingly sense of exploration, but it's slow. It is and goes nowhere. Exactly. I'm just wandering around aimlessly, and I have read the instructions, etc., and it just says collect things. But according to we've got some more scores coming in. A lot of the people say, a lot of the reviewers have said that a lot of the objects are hidden. You can't actually visually see them, so which is a bit bad, really, in my things. So we've got 6.5 for 10. There's 5 from Juffa. Just for the effort that's gone into trees. Yeah, they have gone into the effort of the trees. I agree there. Rabbit Rach is 6.5. Maud is 5.5. Ego Chip is 5. Andrew is saying 5. Now DVD. He's obviously watching one of my videos. He says he's going to give it a rabbit shit rating. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to give it a 60 Hurricane. So to add 1 to my original score is 4 out of 10. 9 out. Oh, there you go. And 1 out of 10 it works, which I only wish it didn't. But we're hovering around the 5 mark. Graphics, yeah, it's okay, I suppose. Scrolling is really jerky and slow. Gameplay is there's not really much there to it. I'm gonna go. I've got to think about this now. I think I'll go for a. I'm gonna go for a 3 because I don't know if you noticed. It's one of those games where I've put my joypad down and I've lost interest in it already. So that kind of says it all. A lot of these games I'll hardly play just so I get me physical reaction straight away. So I'm going to give this one a 3. What do you think yourself, sir?
I think I'd give it a. I mean, it looks nice for the Amstrad, especially for 1986, which I believe was its copyright year. But as you say, the scrolling is too slow and jerky, and the chances are you're going to fall asleep before you even still not seeing anything even remotely interesting happening. And what you said about and the idea that so many things can be hidden out of view, which means you could be wandering aimlessly for hours on end trying to find something, and you could just be missing it because you're not quite stepping on it because you can't see it.
Yeah.
You're literally it's like you're trying to grope in the dark.
So, was that to prove you are worthy, you must collect 2 keys and a snorkel before reaching the first sphere of Molokov. Well, there you go. You need a snorkel, apparently. Yeah, it's not good, is it? Let's be honest. They really. There's a question there off our Andrea for you, Texie. If you want to answer that while I load up the next game.
Well, the Rock Band series of games did inspire me to actually get a real electric guitar, and later on a bass guitar as well.
So Texie is into his guitar stuff, and you play various. This is on demo mode, so I can leave it. Did you play any bands?
Not exactly. There are some friends who are friends of some family members. I was invited to play lead guitar while one of them played rhythm and sung lead vocals, and another was on drums, and another. And we used to also have and another one was on bass, and we also used to have a member that was on keys, but he had to pull out when he gave birth to a child, because that had to take priority. So
yeah, it is difficult. It reminds me of the Bryan Adams song, Summer of '69. Joey quit. Was it Jimmy quit? Joey got married. Yeah, life gets in the way of our dreams, and it's
that's actually a surprisingly simple tune to play, even on lead guitar.
Oh, it is, yeah. Very, very simple games.
Just to show you don't have to have a twiddly-diddly guitar solo to make a great track.
Well, no. Well, if you think about, I always say, if a lot of the twiddly stuff can detract. And I'm a big fan of, I don't know if you've heard of Gaddy Moore.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He can bend one note and hold it for half an hour, and that has got more emotion in it than a million notes per second. And I think a lot of people, they're that busy going for all the speed, etc., that they kind of miss out on the maybe the simpler stuff and the emotion. There's not many fast guitar players that put a lot of emotion in. If you're thinking of Steve Vai, for example, one of his most memorable tunes is his slowest, For the Love of God. It does have fast bits in it, but it's got that feel to it. So yeah, if you are looking into playing guitar yourself, or you already do, please do think about sometimes it's when not to play. A note or 100 notes can mean more in a song. Let's have a look. Dragon Force is a good example. Great novelty when they hit the scene, but a one-trick pony don't last. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like Dragon Force. Yeah, they do some excellent stuff, and they do put a lot of variety in. But it's like driving a car. going from 0 to 60 is more exciting than going 60 to 100 or 100 to 120, 130, 140. There's no, the build-up is usually better than the actual speed part. Anyway, that's enough about me waffling. This is something I used to tell my guitar students that various exams. So let's have a look at the game. Let's have a look at the game. Oh, well, I don't know if you can hear that in the background. But there we have Texas. Right, so let's have a look at this one.
Sorry, Zypher asked me to play something earlier, so I just did a quick snatch.
Nothing wrong with that, mate. You go for it.
Snitch.
There's no sound on this game, by the looks of it, so you go for it, buddy. Vampire rabbits. Yes, what the shit indeed. Yes, so here we have vampire rabbits just for you, my dear. Here we go. The idea of this, it's a collectathon, but also you can't walk on the black once it becomes black. So what you can do is actually slide the can't do it left and right, can you? No. I died. Yeah, I mean, I keep thinking to myself, it'd be good if we could, if it wasn't for all the stream lag, if we could all get together and have a little jam online, that'd be awesome. But unfortunately, it's the there we go. It's the lag would make it terrible. He summoned the dragon, indeed. So yeah, you can slide. You can see.
Good night, Brian.
Be off, Brian. Yeah, no worries, bud. So as you can see, you can slide the tiles, so you can walk on them on this game. Yes, it is. So you're not forever stuck. There we go. Right, it's over there now. So what I can do, hopefully, is do it the other way. So you can slide them towards you so that you don't lose the tiles you're walking on, which is a nice little concept. Well done. Those ghosts look filthy. They do. They are filthy ghosts. Yeah, it is an interesting puzzler. Yeah. Sorry, I was busy reading the chat then instead of focusing on what I was supposed to be doing. So yeah, you just go around, you collect these eggs. You got to get so many of them. I've got myself stuck, I think. No, you can't do the up and down. That's the only problem with it. Well, if you remember the scene, there we go. The dragon got me. If you remember the scene from the original Ghostbusters, the one that they banned, well, they cut it out. Yeah, the ghosts can get dirty. Well, I'm assuming this is an early game. It is
1984.
84 game, yeah. So, yeah. Kevin the Prawn on a drinking spree. It's certainly an interesting game. Difficult. Oh dear. Right. Did you have a go with this one? Did you manage to play it?
Yes, I did. I did manage to get this one to work. I quite like the twist of being able to shift the row you're on left and right to help you be able to move again.
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting game. It's considering it's an '84 release. It's not a bad concept at all. Not bad at all. I'm just letting it. Yeah, there we go. Let's check the chat. It makes sense to play. Yeah, you're right, Anna. Yeah, it's actually nice to play a game. Yeah. What do you think, guys? Quite interesting game. Gonna have to score it. Any puzzle where you control a duck gets my vote. 10. 3 out of 10 off OSG, 6 out of 10 off Anna, so that's 4 R scandals. Not bad for Puzzler.
It's certainly more fun to play than it is to just watch.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It doesn't look like much when you're just watching it, but it plays more addictively than it actually looks. Although I still wouldn't say it was a classic per se.
Yeah. 7 for the fun, 6 is CPC Game Reviews is giving it a 7. How are you doing, buddy? I did push his channel earlier, mate, as always. And I got my. If you do go on CPC Game Reviews channel, if you go onto his first page, my name's on there, and I'll link to me, which is awesome. Big thank you for that, CPC Game Reviews. Yeah, I like simple games as well, SG. One thing that really I loved on the 64 was Space Taxi. Oh, cheers, buddy. And yeah, Space Taxi, which is a dead basic game, but it's brilliant and I love it. And it's the graphics ain't good or anything, but it's a brilliant puzzle game. So yeah, I do like my puzzlers. So I'm gonna go 6 out of 10 on this one because I do want to have another go. But I'm aware of the time. So I'm going to move on. But yeah, interesting game. Now, I've not heard from Novabug. Let's just double check, make sure he's okay. I'll just check his camera. Oh, that's why we've not heard. He's a little bit busy there. Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe Zai will check in on Zai. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Oh, he's waving. Oh no, he's gone. Well, not so worried. Well, maybe GP. I've not heard from GP tonight. Let's see what he has to say. Oh, well, he wasn't impressed there, and they told me where to go as well. So not to worry. Have you played Atomics? No, I haven't. I'm counting on you, OSG, to improve my C64 knowledge, as you know. So I say he's having a good old game of Stroker, indeed. Now I have played Stroker, and if anybody's got a C64, I'd suggest you play it at least once in your life. It'll only ever be the one, I suppose. Yeah. He was playing something like that. He was certainly playing with his joystick, giving it a good waggling. Yeah. So let's move on. So yeah, good game. 6 out of 10 that one from me. Let's have a look. So now playing whack-a-mole. Yeah. Oh, what was that? Thank you for the subscription, Darren. Oh, Much appreciated, buddy. Much appreciated. Thanks for the sub, buddy. Let's have a look. Oh, right. Let's. What? Yeah. This is a Microids game. This one, quad. You had when yeah, Microids. This is the quad game I was telling you about, Sexy. It's a literally,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's literally a quad game. Rach had Microids. Yes, yeah, she got cream for it now, though. Yeah, well, as long as you didn't pass it on to me, and I don't mind Rach, you know. It's a French game. And here we go. So you're on a quad bike and you can jump. Oh, look at that, straight off track. Controlled a little bit. Oh dear. No. What am I doing here? Going around in circles by the looks of it. Oh, I've got off track. I've no idea where I am. I have to try and find the track again.
I think there's an arrow pointing to the
right. I can see it. There it goes.
Telling you where the track is.
Yeah, oh, come on. Yeah, it's really difficult to control.
Yeah, that arrow is telling you where the track is.
Yeah.
It disappeared the moment you rejoined it. Yes, US Golf, this is how you get a smooth-looking driving game, like your mess of an outroad.
Well, control's a little bit sensitive, I'll be honest. It might be better on keys, actually, this.
Yeah, I like the background as well, Maud. I'm trying to figure out whether I saw parallax scrolling, but it was so fast I couldn't tell.
Yeah, the controls are really, really bad. I'll be dead honest. Oh, there's a crash. Come on. There we go. I got stuck then. No, crashed again. Really, yeah, the controls really are bloody awkward on this. And like I said, yeah, there's a lot of control lag, I'll be dead honest. A lot of control lag. Yeah.
Almost like they were trying to do early analog when the joysticks at the time couldn't really handle it.
Yeah, you've got to cancel out whatever you input. So the only way, especially for somebody as old as me, is you have to go slow. Yeah, these graphics are nice. It's scrolls reasonably. Nice little effects like the skulls. The controls absolutely let this down. I keep trying to cancel me moves, and it just won't have it. Yeah, not good. Right, I actually don't want to play any more of that, which says a lot. Absolutely says a lot. Yeah. Very yeah, I'm not happy with that. So, let's have a look at what people are saying in the chats. 2 out of 10 off ego. Looks like sitting backwards in a chair while sliding down a hill simulator by Codemasters off Velo. Yeah. Especially coming in the left ear. I don't know what that's about, but come whatever you want, mate. Are we talking about Eddie? Yes. I think it's the same code as the Eddie Eagle Super Squeeze, same company. Well, there you go. Yeah, it's even pissing me off now. Yeah, it's like Boogie Boy, but in slow motion. I agree. Shame because it looks nice. They've put a lot of efforts in. A lot of the graphics look nice, especially I love the skulls on the animal skulls on the road. It's nice, but yeah, 6 out of 10 off Andrea. Wow, that's a bit generous. 8-bit rage, 4 out of 10. 2 out of 10. Yeah. So we'll look. 3 out of 10 Amstradler. Diarrhea rating. There we go. So if you run the shit meter, diarrhea is the 4th level of shit. The 5th being explosive diarrhea. Needs practice, I think. So we'll say 6 out of 10 until I've played it for a bit. Okay. Yeah. Have you played this one then? Sorry, have you reviewed this one? Maybe something you could do? Again, the idea of this is just to get people to play different games. It's 3 out of 10. Yeah. Okay, right. Let me think. What am I going to give this? I think, for me personally, I'm going to give this one a 4. And some people may think that's a high score, but that's yeah, Andrea, I know. Yeah, there's the reason I'm giving it one, my lack of ability. The controls are a nightmare, and it's really off-putting. It really is. Yeah, it's going to be difficult.
Hi, Lucas.
Yeah, it was Lucas in the chat. Hiya, good. Hey, buddy. You all right? You all right? So people keep retracting messages. Bizarre. Let's have a look. Yellowbay is saying that there are over 3,000 Amstrad games. You're going to need a lot of help with the big letters. Yeah, R, S, and C are absolutely huge. So what I'm going to do is probably do part 1, part 2 of each letter, and anything starting with the word star has its own. It's a nightmare to plough through. And CPC Game Reviews, as good as it is, and sorry, I don't mean this thing. Yeah, exactly, CPC. Yeah, but I have found other games as well. So yeah, it's going to be that aren't on there. So there's going to be tons. Let's be honest. Don't forget, it's not that he doesn't know that the games are there. It's just that they haven't been reviewed. So yeah, there's a few games that it's gonna be really difficult. I'm going to be doing the last next week, all being well, and yeah, I can even see that being split. But yeah, back to this 4 out of 10. One, my lack of ability. Graphics are nice. It's a little bit jerky, and I think it's one of them that needs a little bit more attention off a better gamer than me. Yeah. So, right. I thought it was only 1,500 or something. Yeah. Testicles higher. Okay. Anna is discussing testicles.
Someone asked FT Den Haag what the Dutch word for bollocks is.
Right.
Depends on the context, was the answer to that.
Well, it was Anna. It was Anna, mate. You know what Anna's like. She talks bollocks all the time. I think we should move on.
That sounds like a plan.
Yes. Let's have a look how I'm doing for time. Right, I'm going to jump to quartet. Lucas, it is Texie 88. Now, this is a Sega game. So, C control, S select. So, oh, come on, man. Destroy the boss. Only the key opens the door. Okay. No problem. Where am I? Come on. Level 1. So there they are. Now, I shoot, I run. It's a mode 1 game, this. It's a run gun platformer. I assume that's what I'm supposed to shoot. Wow. No gravity on this planet by the looks of it, whatever I am. Oh, something got me there. I can't tell what's a pickup and what's a... Okay. Interesting. Oh, come on. Can't shoot up. That's a bit too, isn't it? The exits. Doesn't do anything. Oh, you can lie down as well. Yeah. Not sure about this one. It's another specky port. Another lazy one, yeah. Yeah, did you ever come across this on the Spectrum?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know anything about it, but I've just this moment looked it up and found it did come out from the Spectrum.
Yeah.
I wondered about that the moment I saw the famous Sinclair character set.
Yeah.
There's the usual problem of being a Spectrum port and noticeably slower than original material.
Okay. Presentations, yeah. Okay, I think this is level 2, I'm not sure. I don't know what that was. Oh, I've got a jetpack now. Yay! Okay. So, I've got a jetpack. I can imagine the Spectrum version of this is a lot better, to be honest. Yeah. I'm not enjoying this one bit. I suppose, yeah, the scrolling's really jerky.
It's Quartet, Lucas.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be. If it...
I'm Mikey Smith, live.
Hi, Mikey. All right, buddy. Yeah, it's not good. Not good. Yeah, not enjoying it one bit, unfortunately. Let's give it a score, folks. I'm going to go middle of the road 5. Maud's giving it a 2. Yeah, see that here? Yeah, it's the emulator, that. You do get it, Mikey, unfortunately. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. Yeah, I agree. 2.5 from Zypho. 5 from Andrea. Yeah. I think this is the type. This is actually a game I'd probably prefer it on the Spectrum, with all its colour clash and all that. I'd still prefer it on the Spectrum. That high pitched whining really does me head in. Yeah, I know, Mikey. I know. Well, you did, I saw your messages coming through, Mikey. So I just thought I'd take my time and give you a chance to come down from work and stuff like that, buddy. Let's have a look at Quest Store. Now, it's a flying carpet game. Is it an avoider? Yeah. You avoid things and collect things, and I actually really like this game. Oh, it's nice and basic, and you know straight away what you got to do. Oh. So I'm carrying that, and I can carry that. So you collect items, and some things you can use. Zypho said, "Oh God, not this one again." Okay, I like this one, Zypho. I actually like this one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've got a cross now. I don't know what that is. Airwolf on a carpet. Yeah, but this is far more playable than Airwolf, I've got to say. Far more playable than Airwolf. It's an interesting little game. I'm just running a bit late, Mikey, if that's okay. And you got to collect various items to do various things. Something like that. Not the ball, but something happens. Yeah, I'm obviously not carrying the right thing.
Some of this reminds me of Starquake.
Does it? Yeah. It's not bad. It's. I think this deserves a Rachel review. Now, if Rachel is still in the chat, my lovely. Yes, she is. There she is. Rachel, this is one for you, my dear. This is one for you. It's called Quest Store. And I'd like to see a Rachel review on this one. So, Quest Store, my love. There we are. So Rachel's going to do this one. She's going to add this to her list. I think it certainly needs looking at by Rachel. I'm aware of
the adventures.
Let's have a look. Yeah. Right.
Nice one, OSG.
There was one game called Quadrille, which was a puzzle game. I'm not going to cover that one. I'm going to quickly jump over to the last game because I'm aware of Mike wanting to go live any second. So I'll get on to the last one. This is actually, I wouldn't call it a hidden game anyway. It's a high-tech game. It's a... oh, no, it's okay, mate. This is the last game anyway. Yeah, really nice game, this. Lovely graphics. I've seen Zypho play it properly. And, yeah, I think it's awesome. I really do. Oh, I died straight away. It's nice to have a cute 'em up run and gun. And now I know Zypho's done videos on this one, so nice small spin. Did you ever go with this one, mate? Are you there, bud? No, I've lost Sexy.
Oh, yes, sorry, I thought you were still talking to Zypho.
No, you, mate. Yeah.
No, I did manage to get this one to work. I'm not quite sure what to make of it because I found myself seemingly falling through things randomly. Sometimes I'd land on the top of the trains and boxes, and other times I just seem to inexplicably fall through them.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there was something I missed, but that did actually irritate the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Graphics are a bit on the blocky side as well.
It is blocky, but they are pretty cute.
Yeah, I mean, that's still recognisably the character.
Oh, yeah. Oh, end level baddie. I like it because you know what to do straight away. You know that you've got to pretty much shoot. If it moves, shoot it. And again, it was a budget. It was a budget title. That's got to be taken into account when you're reviewing these games. Yeah, so my Discord is going to make shit for some reason. Somebody's chatting on it. Yeah, I like it. I really like it. I really do. It's a lovely game, and it's real. The controls are really. I find the controls really easy on this. I really do, which is half the battle. I'm not fighting the controls like I have been on other games. Yeah.
Yeah, the DVD film. Yeah, the actual animation on the cartoons themselves were barely enough for a ham sandwich. Unfortunately, television animation was used something called limited animation to cut down on the amount of drawing and animation that was required. It helped keep things on budget.
Nice little 3D shooter bit, also. As a little bonus.
I never managed to get this far.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't get past the first stage.
This is the first time I've ever played this. And it's got nice little mini games, yeah, in it. Yeah, I know.
Especially for a budget title.
Zypho, I'm sure you've done a long play of this. Am I right in thinking that? If so, buddy, feel free to put it in my chat there, the link to your video. Because, yeah, you deserved it, apparently. No, no, big glow.
It wasn't just Hanna-Barbera DVD. They pretty much a lot of the television animation of the time had to have that limited animation because it was during the 1950s. The cost of cartoons just absolutely went through the roof, and so they couldn't afford all the frames of animation, the associated work with them. And you started to get schematic backgrounds as well. You only got to look at some of the later Jerry 50s and those that came out in the 60s. Yeah, that wasn't an easy time for animation in general.
Yeah, I like this game. It's really simple to pick up. It's a budget game. I think it's cracking. I really like it. Level 3. Look at that. And you know what to do. Straight off the pickup. You fall onto the tracks if you in between carriages, so you have to jump over in between the carriages. Yeah, I really like this. Yeah, bear in mind, I have got it on infinite. Now, I am aware of the time, so what I'm going to do is stop this for now. And, oh, yeah, there we go. And drop that for now. And Mikey, if you are around, it'll be good if you can let us know if you're ready or not, buddy. Yeah, he's here. Yeah, just let us know if you're ready yet, mate. And yeah, he's ready. Superb. Okay, so just quickly on this game, let's get everybody's ratings quickly in the chat. I'm going to go for an 8 because I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and it was a budget game. 7, 7, 6, 7.5. Uh, 7.5. Mikey's on Twitch, FC. 6. It's a budget game, so yeah. 6. Seen a lot worse. On your race, it's quiet fart. Yeah, 8 off Velo. There we go. Yes, I've done a long play this, but on mobile and in bed. So, don't worry, Macy. Yeah, you can't be asked. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Go onto Zypho's channel and have a look at his long play of this. I'm sure you can find it if you search. Yeah. Superb. Yeah. So, yeah. There we go. So, yeah. 7.5. 7 seems to be the average, apart from myself and Valo giving it an 8. Is it hidden gem? Not sure because it's not that hidden. Yeah. But no, it is a nice game, and I do want to start winding the stream down for us to move over to Mikey. So, big thank you to Texie88 for joining in. Is this your first live stream, buddy?
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent. So, and would you do it again?
I think I would. Once I got my flow going, I think I was pretty much relaxed.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not. Yeah, thank you, Rachel. Yeah, so I know Mikey Smith is going live now. So if somebody can quickly throw his link in the chat, and yeah, thank you, DVD. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, brilliant. All the things, nice ones. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, thanks all. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining in. Big thanks to Texie88. Don't forget to sub on his channel if you haven't already. And yeah, there we go. There's the link now off Velociraptor. I will close this stream down. Do they waft a revenge? Zypho and Mr. Zypho are having a farting competition. And poor things. And hello and goodbye, Sam. We are just closing off, buddy. We're all moving over to Mikey's Twitch channel. So yeah, I'm going to sign off now. So and end the stream. So yeah, don't worry, matey. I'll see you over on the other one. Yeah, and it's that's it from me. So Yellow Belly out, and goodbye from Texie as well.
Bye, everyone.